After a great season from the Ohio Bobcats, where we remained the #1 seed and we remained the Heisman frontrunner, it was time for the last game of the regular season where we faced off against Kent State. Since we had been playing a lot of the MAC close, we really wanted to come out in this game and prove what we could do, but this kind of started off slow with our quarterback not really making the best reads, not calling the best plays for us, and so far we're tied with him late into the first quarter. After a good play, we actually stopped running because we thought we were going to be tackled, but we're too big and we just can't be, so we actually end up looking a little stupid there as we get stopped after we really shouldn't have been. After some rough decisions by our quarterback, we end up in a 2nd and 14 where we actually get stuffed, but on this 3rd and 9 we have a screen pass that obviously we take really well, and we end up taking it to about the 25. On this 1st and goal, we are out in a little receiving route, and right there we cut it inside and get a touchdown on a 5-yard touchdown reception. Kent State does answer right back, making it 7-7 in the 2nd quarter. Towards the end of the first half is normally when we start to get the bulk of our receiving yards, and right here we pounce off man, take it to the 30. And on this 1st and goal, we bounce it right into the end zone, making it 14-7 going into the 2nd half. But we can only keep Kent State down for so long as they tie the game up 14-14 and get a huge interception coming out of the half. Now down 3, we really got to show them what we can do. We got to try to get a touchdown, really take the advantage. We know Kent State really can't hang with us, but right now they're up 3 going into this 1st and 10. We have a really nice big run set up by some great blocks, have a nasty juke move, and get tackled at about the 40-yard line. And runs like this kind of show you why we are the Heisman frontrunner. We hit another nasty juke, make a guy tackle his own teammate, and score. And that's just kind of why we're dominating the country, really. Another option play where our quarterback doesn't really make the right call, gets sacked for about 4 yards. And it seems like every time he picks a bad play where he gets backed up, we end up throwing it on the screen, which is fine because we're really good at making a man miss with the ball in our hands. We end up scoring while we're out on that drive, making it 28-17 with only a minute left. So we are just going to get some nice runs to kind of milk out the clock and end this game. And that's going to do it. We are going to end the season undefeated after beating Kent State. 200 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, 74 receiving yards, and a receiving touchdown. We end the season as the #1 team in the country, which is great to see, and we end as the front runner for the Heisman. So we're just trying to carry that momentum into the MAC championship. Going up against Eastern Michigan probably shouldn't be a challenge, as most of the MAC honestly hasn't been that hard, even though we have struggled. I think it's more of a defensive thing than an offensive thing, to be honest, but that's just kind of how it is when you have a Heisman frontrunner, 400-pound running back. It's plays like this that show you what we can do. We basically get tackled for only a measly gain, but we just stumble because they can't really bring us down, and we pick up the first anyways. On this 1st and 10, we take the ball for 9 yards, getting us a nice 2nd and 1. And on this 1st and 10, we have guys get out and block for us, and we have another insane juke, scoring early and often and making it 7-7 against Eastern. I would be very curious to see what our average yards per run is, just because it seems like we're getting 13, maybe 14 yards every single time we carry the ball, except for right here. We lose 3 yards because kind of a bad decision on us, but we make up for it on this little route. And on this 2nd and goal, they hand it off to us, and what do? Score a touchdown, making it 14-7 against Eastern. Eastern comes out in the 2nd half and kicks a field goal, making it 14-10, and they actually stopped me right there for 0 yards, which is kind of shocking because we don't really get stopped much, and we should have had a touchdown there, but we get caught from behind. And right here, we actually have one of the rare and elusive actual quarterback keepers that gains some nice yards. He gains 18 yards right there, so shout out to Raymond. At the end of the 3rd quarter, we are leading Eastern by 4 points, and going into the 4th, our kind of goal is just to keep it going, and right here we show why with another amazing juke. We think we're going to get tackled from behind, but we are too big. A cornerback is not tackling us from behind, and we score another touchdown on the day, making it 21-10. And the next time we get the ball, I think there was a turnover or something, but that doesn't matter because we score another touchdown, making it 28-10, and then Eastern scores on their next possession, making it 28-16. And man, if you're an Eastern Michigan fan, close your eyes because we are breaking tackles left and right, and we have another burner of a touchdown. We are kind of pouring it on at this point, making it 35-16 once we eventually get into the end zone here. And with only a minute left, we are just trying to run out the clock, trying to gain some more yards, show the country that wherever we're playing in this next bowl game, I mean, you do not want to face us. This is a team that will run it down your throat, especially nowadays when the passing game is so heavy. And we break the school rushing record in a game again. We just keep breaking our own records at this point. And we run out the clock, and we beat Eastern Michigan, become MAC champs back-to-back. I think ever since we became the starting running back, we've won the MAC. I think everybody knows at this point, our goal was not to win the MAC. It's not really to win the Heisman. It's to win a national championship and bring it back to Athens, and that's our goal. Obviously, this is good. This is a sign of progression. This is how you get the #1 ranked team, but You know, winning the MACs is just step one. We want to keep it going and keep the momentum. Advance to the next week, and you see we win the Heisman. 3,404 yards, 30 touchdowns, 541 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air. Just an incredibly historic season, super humbling, and we aren't settled yet. We don't want to win the Heisman. It's obviously nice to see, but we won a national championship, and that's what we're here to do. So obviously all these awards are nice, winning the best running back in the nation, but we're going up against Virginia Tech in the national championship, and that's where our focus is, and that's who we want to beat. Obviously a huge game for Athens, a huge game for us, as this is Ohio University's first national championship game they're going to be in, and obviously our first. So let's try to see what we can do. We start off the game with horrible play call. We hate those. But right here, they uncork it to us. We have to go up and make a catch. We look like a receiver out here with a 43-yard reception in the national championship. On this 2nd and 3, we gain some nice yards, getting us to the 15. On this 1st and goal, it looks like he's passing to us, but he's not. He throws it to Nate Morris for a touchdown. We lead 7-0 early, and that's what we like to see. Right here on this 3rd and 10, we throw a screen, and we look like we have it, but our lineman misses the block, so we get tackled, making it 4th and 9. Virginia Tech gets the ball and drives it right down the field, tying the game up. On this 2nd and inches, though, we break out a run. Looks like we're going to have a runaway, but number 42 makes the tackle, tackling us at about the 8. But we could not be denied on this 3rd and goal. We stumble our way into the end zone, putting us up 14-7, but that doesn't matter because Virginia Tech answers right back 14-14. In a 2-minute drill, trying to push the ball down the field, our quarterback uncorks it and throws a really bad interception right here. We end up making the tackle, turning back to our cornerback days, but that's not what we like to see. And Virginia Tech drives right down the field, scores 21-14. And right here, we'll own it. That's a mistake by us. We called for the pass, and it's an interception. So we go and we make the play. We're driving down, and we tackle him. So we save the touchdown right there, but Virginia Tech ends up scoring. They make it 24-14. We have this one play right before the half, so that was fine, but Virginia Tech actually got the ball coming out of the half, making it 35-14. Now, this is the part of the game where it does get a little frustrating when now we decide to run the ball way more than we probably should, when we probably should be airing out. We need to save as much clock as possible, but we are picking up yardage on this 1st and goal. We end up trying to get it all the way down to the 1, almost punch it in, but on this 2nd and goal, we go up and over and make it into the end zone, cutting the lead to 35-21. At this point, we do still have a chance. We're down by 14. We can score twice. We're going to need to stop. We're going to need our defense to step up and make a big play against Virginia Tech. And right as we're talking about making big plays, right here we get some really good blocks, and we are too fast at 400 pounds to be caught. We score a touchdown, making the score 28-35. It's perfect, but our defense does not get the stop we needed. They score 42-28. But our boy Richards throws a nice dot right here, making it 35-42. It looks like Virginia Tech picked it up. We only have 19 seconds in order to drive down the field. We have a pass right there that falls incomplete. With about 13 seconds left, we throw it in the middle of the field, which is fine. We just don't have any timeouts. We kind of got to hurry it up. We get to the line, and clock keeps ticking. For some reason, we throw a quick out when we can't do that, and it's tackled out of bounds, and that's the ball game. At this point, the emotions are raw. We lost by 7 points in the national championship. No one would have ever thought Ohio University would be here, but at the same time, we should have won this game. We started off the game not sticking with our guts, calling some really questionable play calls from our coach, coupled with some really bad decisions from our quarterback. And at this point, we're kind of deciding on if we want to transfer out of Ohio University. It's going to be something we think about in the offseason as we look, and Trent Taylor, the opposing running back, is the player of the game when probably should have been us, but we just didn't get the carries when we needed them, and it ended up biting us. As we go into the offseason, I'm going to need your guys' help deciding on where I should go to school. Do I stay at Ohio University, or do I go to one of these top 25 teams and transfer? It's really going to be up to you guys and up to me. Help me make the decision. Should I stay at Ohio University, or should I transfer?